Hey guys, I just finished watching the Eight Immortals Restaurant, The Untold Story. This movie has a lot of titles. Actually, I was looking, and I will get into this, but it was released in some countries. It was released in China under the names The Human Pork Bun and Human Meat Roast Pork Bun. So, I mean, spoiler alert, but it kind of opens up and you know exactly what's going to happen. This film is about... It's about some police officers that are working on this case to try and find out where this missing man has gone and his family. You figure out really quickly what's going on and something shady is happening, and that's not really like the reveal. The reveal in the film is how it goes down, and you get to see all the gruesome details. The thing about this film is it sounds like it's very serious, and obviously it is very serious. It's actually based on a true story about this case that actually happened. All of it happened except for the meat bun stuff. So that was very interesting to hear because some of it seemed like it was embellished to kind of fit, but that was actually the true stuff, which was kind of insane. But the craziest thing about this movie is the fact that there's these cops in the situation. There's like a team, and there's a female, and then all of these dudes, and one of the dudes is like super horny and over the top, and it's like slapstick comedy, which is so weird. I'm not joking. It has like the music in the background, and he's like, I can't do that, you know, like the cartoons, eyes like bulging out at like, you know, girls' asses and stuff. And I don't know if it's just not translating well, the comedy aspect, but it does not work at all. And it's so weird in a movie that is about a true story about how people died. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, and it was very strange. The film is from 1993, and you can tell it's a Hong Kong film, and I don't think I've seen anything from Hong Kong from the 90s, to be honest, but it's very old school. The way it's filmed, the quality isn't that great, and when it gets to the brutal parts though, it does really, at the start you're like, oh, this is kind of goofy, but it does really pay off, and they do really great to imitate some of the brutalness. I'm trying not to say exactly what happens, but it's incredibly violent and incredibly intense, and I think they did really, really well on I don't know if this is low budget, but they did really, really well with what they had to work with in the 90s to make it look so good. There is a lot of goofs that people talk about in this film, and there is a lot of continuity errors. But the film follows a structure that's kind of like a crime detective show where you're kind of following through, and you know, they're talking to different leads, and then it goes on from there. But what is strange about this film is it's very overspelt with the team of police officers, and they have like the guy who's like in charge of them, like the manager. What is he called? I forget what he's called. He's like the sergeant or whatever. Anyway, I can't believe I said manager. He is like telling them orders all the time and like telling them what to do and really spelling it out for everybody to do their job, and it makes it very obvious to the audience where we are in the stage of the investigation and how it's moving forward and why they've decided to talk to this person and why they're playing it this way and why they're playing bad cop, good cop. They explain every single moment to you and every single thought, and it seems like it's overspelt. It's just very interesting because I haven't seen a based on a true story film like this. It's actually based on the story of the restaurant that's by the same name. It's not like, I know it's based on a true story, they have to say that, but it's actually a true story. Based on a true story, no, but it's actually a true story. So it's so crazy that they would put slapstick humor into it and make sure the audience was like, you know, on par to understand what was going on. It's just, I've never seen anything done like this. Usually it's taken very seriously, and yeah, it was very weird. It's a lot of police brutality is also brought into it, which again, very strange that they would toy with that. This film, I think, is a great story, and I would love for this film to be redone, especially in Hong Kong. Like, I think that they should redo it where they have it, but I just didn't, it didn't gel for me. It didn't really work out, but very interesting, and I'm glad I know the story now. Have you guys seen the Eight Immortals Restaurant, the Untold Story, the pork buns, whatever you want to call it? It was very interesting, and let me know if you'd heard of it beforehand, because I'd never heard of it before. I got this request for seeing it for 31 Days of Horror. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for all of the reasons I just mentioned. There was so much that was just didn't work, but the brutality in this one is real. If you're squeamish, don't watch it. If you don't like seeing dead animals, don't watch it. It's not like killing animals, but some of it's in a restaurant, so, you know, it's pretty brutal and confronting. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know what you rated this one down below. If you've been watching since day one, I would love to know. Let me know how many days strong you're going, and when you have time to watch these, let me know when you're watching these. Are you watching the movie every single day, and then you're reporting back to me? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror. And also, before I go, can we just like mention how many foreign horror movies are on this list? I didn't even realize. Which is great. Foreign horror movies and older horror movies, so that's good because I needed some of that in my diet. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys very soon. I'll talk to you tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye!